Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. It's like,
Yeah, but isn't this the unplugged version? I don't know. I think it's the unplugged version.
all right, Paulie, let's go.
All right, listen, y'all. Just go ahead and let the guest play. Come on, jeez. That's better. Gotta go.
What's going on, everyone? Good evening. It is 8:15 West Coast time, PM, and I just saw The Acolyte. And I actually wanted to gather my thoughts, and I saw it twice. I actually saw it twice, so I can make sure that I heard what I witnessed. So, as we gather in on here, I want to say hello to people. I want to remind people that we well, if that's not a sign, I don't know what, because I just took myself out the of the stream, and if that does not typify what I just saw, then I don't know what does. I don't know what does. So what I would like to do is a non-spoiler overview and thoughts. Then I want to get to a Q&A. You guys ask me anything in regards to this episode, and that's really it. That's really it. Maybe I'll invite a couple people on, but yeah, I did see it twice, my brother. Twice. There's, I mean, to be honest, I did see on the first time with on Lorena Crio's membership stream, and thank you so much for that. But I had to leave twice to handle some business as far as here at the house, and it was pretty kind of like noisy because it was just a lot of people on the panel talking. So I again I wanted to make sure I'm clear on what I just saw. So that's what's going on. Do me a favor, smash the like right now. Say hello. We got the man is here, the producer man, the man, Fletcher Williams. Darth Plato, did you see it? Are you like not watching this anymore? Which is totally fine. I'm not, no judgment at all. Okay, I want to remind you guys before I start talking in regards to what I just saw. My lord. We have a membership stream tomorrow night. A couple announcements. One is a membership stream. Where's my highlight? Where's my highlight? I swear to God, watching that episode really just turned everything upside down. Can't think straight. I don't know what's going on. Okay, yeah, this Wednesday night, 6 p.m. Pacific, so it's tomorrow night in about 24 hours. We're going to be watching here with you guys the Mexican wrestler movie El Santo versus the Mummies. That's right. The Mexican wrestlers take on the mummies from 1972. That is going to be so much fun to watch compared to the experience that I just did. We are going to have members. If you're a member of the channel, you're going to come on the panel. We have to hang out and watch the movie together. So that is it is going to be a public stream because it is a free movie on YouTube. So I thought it'd be neat. Usually we do our movie nights private on our Zoom channel, but tomorrow night will be a public stream. But you have to be a member to get on the panel, and that is tomorrow night. Now, one more announcement before I say hello again to some good people in the chat. Please share the link. I did put it on Twitter. This Friday night, we're going to continue our TNT trilogies and timelines. People are really digging that show. Basically, we take a franchise and we talk about it from the first movie till its last. Sometimes they're just 3, sometimes they're more. This Friday, it's going to be the Scream movies. That's right, the Scream movies, and we're definitely going to hit the first 3. Then talk about the recent ones, but we hit the first 3, the Scream movies, and we're putting together a really cool panel. So that is what's going on Wednesday and Friday evening. I'm taking advantage of this week because I am home alone. So that's why I'm actually streaming so much. And I am taking advantage of that. And this is another, I thought last week I recorded my review of the Acolyte. I'm like, yo, let's, Misery loves company. So come on in and we'll do this live. Okay, so let's say hello to people in the chat, and then we will go with non-spoilers. All right, not watching it. We're gonna talk about that. I carry them. I created them. No, I actually have better lines than that, dude. There's actually better, worse lines. Soul Assassin, Paulie, may I recommend reading Darth Plagueis? A far superior story. You're like, yes, I got to get that book. It's been out for a couple of years now. Thank you for being here, Soul Assassin. Smash the like, say hello. Michael Nemo, what up? Bonzo, what up? You sound like you want to scream right now. We're going to get into it. Julisa's here, member of the channel. We love our members of the channel. John, what's up, John Stricker? Just stop watching this crap. Everyone needs to stop watching. Take a stand. I hear you. I hear you. Wait, Mexican Home Alone sounds like a party in the works. Yeah, well, hey, the party was killed tonight. The producer spoiled it already. What do you mean? Like, oh, as far as like the giving away the spoilers of the episode. Julissa actually liked the show. Hey, you know what? We're not here. I'm not here to bash anyone that liked the show. If you liked it, then cool. I will say this. This episode makes the first 2 episodes really good. And that is hard to do. So on that level, they succeeded. On that level where Chris Gore and Alan Ning warned us that this is going to be the worst episode and it'll get worse. They are correct. Terry I, what's up, Terry? Another member of the chat. My little doggies are here by my foot. You guys got to wait. You guys got to chill out. Guys got to chill out. Lay down. Good boy. They took over and wrote the crap. Yeah, like let's enjoy. Okay. I'm going to type this in right now. We're going to go with non-spoilers. And as people are getting in here, which I really appreciate, non-spoilers, the Acolyte Destiny. That's the name of the that is the name of the episode. Okay. When I was in college taking acting classes, they taught us many exercises to help us free up our kind of our rigid thought process as Paul and not as, and then to help us get to the character you're playing. And there's all these different types of creative exercises that they would do. There's of course that famous one you'd see in some films where it's a trust exercise. You got to trust your partner, and you got to trust your ensemble. So we're gonna put you on top of you're gonna stand on top of a chair, and you're gonna fall backwards, and they'll catch you. They will catch you. So there's already the first mistake here with this iteration or abomination of Star Wars, is that they don't catch you. Is that I gave them that trust, and they have totally taken my trust and let me fall backwards, and they didn't catch me at all. Then I was thinking about this other exercise. Okay, bear with me. Bear with me, guys. I was thinking about this other exercise we used to do that was a little bit more intense, and it really, really helps free up your improvisational skills in the moment, where you're present in the moment. And here's the exercise. Okay, so they would say, all right, Paulie, you're going to walk on stage and you're going to leave the stage, but you cannot walk on the stage without saying this line. Let's make this up. I love hamburgers. Okay, that's your entrance line. Then you're going to exit, and your exit line is, the force is strong with this one. So that's your entrance and that's your exit. That's your first line, that's your last line. And in between, here's your goal. You have to convince the Jedi that you are one of them. And scene. So you'd walk in, and you'd say, you couldn't say that first line until it kind of made sense, but that first line was, I like hamburgers. And it's an exercise, right? It's supposed to free you up. It's a great exercise to really free you up as an actor. So when you actually have the lines and you have a script, then you are much more open and fluid to being in that role. Well, the Acolyte is very much like that exercise, but they didn't tell the filmmakers, they didn't tell the cameramen, they didn't tell the lighting, they didn't tell the supportive cast and crew that they were filming the rehearsal, because that's what we got. I literally could not make sense of one line to the next, one action to the next, one agenda to the next, because none of it made sense. Sure, there's this covenant of witches, and you guys by now they're lesbians, and you guys know by now they're rewriting and gonna mess with Anakin as this forced being. But you know what? That's what they call pipsy caca. It's all pipsy caca. That's what my drama teacher would say. Cut the pipsy caca and get right to it. They had no soul in this. It is soulless. It is absolutely confusing, absolutely jarring that there's even a Star Wars name on this. But let's get back to that exercise, because in that exercise, there's purpose, right? Like I said, it's to free up the actor. Here, like, we don't need a script. We'll just give you a first line and a last line, and we're gonna tape it. We're gonna tape it. And boy, not only did they tape it, but they didn't do a second take. They didn't do a third take. They didn't do a fourth take. And what we got here was just bad. Multi-level, deep inside, horrible. And I don't say any of that lightly. You know me, guys. I'm very positive. I'm very open. I give everything a chance, to my detriment sometimes. It's okay. So that's what I got out of this, guys. And in a non-spoiler, first pass at this, and then I want you guys to start asking me questions. I got a Star Wars, a scene of different characters that literally are not talking with each other. They're talking at each other. I got really awful, god awful philosophy that made no sense in one scene, or they said it and they literally do the opposite action, the same character, the next scene. But finally, this is it. This is it. Finally, they didn't earn any of it. None of it's earned. Everything is given in this, and it's just tiring, man. Tiring. There's no magic. There's no joy. The thing that was earned in wonderment was Luke even trying to figure out what Obi-Wan was talking about. But he trusts him, right? He trusts the process. How do I hold this lightsaber? The sage old wise man Obi-Wan taught him step by step. He suffered loss. You know what? There's nothing for me here now. I want to go with you. I want to learn the ways of the Jedi. It's too old, but hey, we need Jedis. They know Jedis at this moment. Later on, we come to find out there's plenty of Jedis. So it is really staggering how much Star Wars has fallen off from what it once was. You think that you'd seen the worst, but you haven't. And that is my non-spoiler first takes of this episode, which is called Destiny. Funny enough, as you can see from my thumbnail, it says "Don't thread on me." There is this bullshit garbage philosophy where whereas like the Force, the universe is like a thread. You pull the thread and it connects you with somebody. You pull the thread and it connects you to more people. I have no idea what any of that meant. All I know is it's pretty ironic that you're using pulling the thread as a motif, as a theatrical device in this god awful iteration. That what is in this god awful iteration of what something is just structurally flawed, like a threadless quilt. You're flawed, Leslie Headland. You're flawed, Kathleen Kennedy. You're flawed, Lucasfilm. You are deeply flawed with people that love Star Wars. And it's just such a heartache, man. Such a heartache. And yeah, that's what I got for you guys. That's what I got for you guys. So I am going to take this off. I hope everyone is doing now well. You can start throwing me your spoilers. Ask me anything, and then we'll get on out of here. We'll be here for about another 20 minutes or so. I don't want to belabor this. Ask me anything Q&A. I think I will ask you guys, and I think it's pretty valid. Should I in this channel, should we keep watching this show? What's the point? What's the point? Is it to find out the ridiculous mystery as to there's a couple of there's really some very unended through lines within this one episode that if you were confused before, you're like, that was it. So, oh boy. Okay, I think we got a super chat that came in. Michael Nemo came in for $5. Thank you, brother. Muchísimas gracias. So, over on Doctor Who, the doctor chases and kisses a dude. Then Acolyte 3, episode 3. LGBT Latinx dude. Here, by the way, but come on. Wait, so you're saying that you're Latinx LGBT yourself, but you're like, give me a break. Is that what you're saying? I don't need to send me another. I just want to make sure I know where you're coming from with this. I got to tell you, Michael, and thank you for the super chat. I've only seen one season of Doctor Who, and I was like, you know what? I really liked it. It was the Eccleston season. I don't want to go on because I hear so many bad things. And I watched that a few years ago and I really enjoyed myself. And I was like, you know what? I'm good. So yeah, I don't know what, Yep, gotcha, brother. Yeah, you know what, bro? I feel your pain, man. It's almost as if they're we're being used at this point. People of color, right? Whatever whatever it is that you identify as, it's being used against us at this point. And and if we're not part of the program, then we're really you know uh outcasted. So good for you for kind of thinking, independently, man. And I really respect that, because life is already such a complicated mess, as is. And it's like, the more divisions we create with each other, this is definitely going to create a lot of division. A stupid television show, or something as beloved as Doctor Who, and then for them to go where they went, that even gay people hate it. I mean, woo, boy. Mike, I really appreciate you, man. Appreciate your honesty and that $5 super chat. Everyone, give a shout out to Michael in the chat. Let's play uh what are we gonna play? Let's play something fun. Here we go.
The low rider is a little higher.
Orale. Okay, so why don't you ask me anything right now? We're going into to spoilers on this episode called Destiny, and I'm looking here. Let's start. Luke went through the hero's journey, classic story trope that current Disney is lacking. Well, not only Luke, but his father, his mother, and his sister on different levels went through their own journeys, right? And we got to share that. And as imperfect as the prequels were, they had a lot of strong redeeming qualities, especially with Revenge of the Sith. I got some emotional satisfaction out of Revenge of the Sith. But yeah, absolutely. Okay, what do we have? Amen, Paulie. Amen. Pulling the thread, like when you undo a knitted jumper. They pull, man. They pulled a lot of threads. They actually pull the rug from underneath us. A master Jedi, Torben, ended himself. Well, that's another thing, is that 16 years in the past, he was a Padawan. So 16 years in the past, he's a Padawan in this, because this whole episode's a flashback going 16 years in the back. And the three Jedis, and Carrie Ann Moss's Padawan is Torben. So that's one of the mysteries here, guys, is that so in 6 years he becomes a master, where he's gonna go and meditate and levitate for 10 years. Absolute trash. What a stupid story so many stupid plot devices here, guys. That just doesn't serve so there's two big mysteries here, guys, right? And this is a spoiler, and this kind of goes into here. The whole Covenant and fortress is set on fire, but somehow all the witches die, but they don't die of fire. Or I don't see it as being that smoked out, that they die of a smoke ventilation. They were taken out, because there's definitely exits that they could have left. So who did that? We don't know. It wasn't all due to one of the twins. The other one is what was done so horribly that these four Jedi, felt so much guilt to where one of them self-deleted himself. I mean, I didn't see it in the episode at all. And so again, bad storytelling. We're got to wait to see, well, what happened? Why did the Jedi feel so why did they get so guilt shamed? Absolutely ridiculous, man. Star Wars has an outer space fire department. Yes. But Darth Plato, as our good friend Robert Meyer Burnett said in a tweet in regards to all this Twitter discord on fire. That's what this past week has been. People arguing over the merits of, well, there was fire explosions in Revenge of the Sith. There was a big explosion here. There's a big explosion there. R&B just cut through it. He's like, yeah, that's because they did such a great job at telling us this space opera that we were willing to suspend our disbelief. Reality, disbelief, over there. Fantasy, space opera. Gimme more. The episode was contradictory with its witch philosophy. Nunya Biz, they're literally from within a scene, there's a moment where the head witch, who was the woman that created the twins. She created the twins, right? And they're halfway through the ritual trying to ascend both twins. This is the big crux of the story, is that in the flashback, it's the eve of their ascension. And the two kids, one wants to do it, the other one doesn't want to do it. One wants to be a Jedi, the other one wants to stay home. That when the Jedi show up, they cut short the ceremony, and some of the witches, like, get their spears and get their bow and arrows, and then the head lady, she says, no violence. Nunya and guys in the chat, it gets better. It gets better in that scene. After she says no violence, she's going back and forth with Carrie-Anne Moss. Can we test your kids? Back and forth to where this elevated person, and obviously she's not a good person. She's a really bad parent. Let's put it, this really shitty parents. This elevated witch, who's like the head witch, blah 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 blah. She possesses Torben and says, you better get out of here, or he's mine. If you leave, I'll let him go. I mean, you just possessed someone, and you just profess no violence. There was a lot of that. It's like, what am I watching? Carrie Moss died and didn't protect anyone. Ginsu knife, bro. Excuse me. Torben's suicide is writer's wish fulfillment. Wow. Derek, what's up, Derek? Excuse me, I'm having the burps. See, that's what happens when you watch too much Acolyte. That's what happens when you watch too much Disney Star Wars. Excuse me. I can't watch anymore. My brain can't handle it. I think that's I got that the first time around, and I was like, did I just hear exactly what I just heard? Now I got to play it again. Keep watching you lose. It's funny. Oh, that's mean. Bonso, so mean. Maybe, you know what? Let's do a poll. Let's do a poll. Where's the chat? Show the chat. Okay, we're gonna do a live poll. Where's this at? Engage. Start a poll. Should Paulie keep watching Acolyte? I mean, really, dude. At this point, I don't know, guys. I don't know why I'm leaving this up to you guys, but hey, listen. There we go. Start a poll. There we go. Start a poll. Okay. And I really appreciate all you guys being here. That's fantastic. Here we go. Let me see. The base goes here. The Jedi will be the bad guys, and the lesbian witches will pull their threads and get justice. Well, they're all dead. There was, there's so many memorable lines. Like when they came back, the two kids came back from their Jedi testing because they eventually said, okay, you can go test. You can go test. You can go test. Okay. You want to leave? Oh, don't leave. You want to be a Jedi? Oh, come on, man, stay here. Even though it's stated that the head witch, I don't even know for the mother. There's two mothers, right? The head one created the kids through unnatural means. There you guys go. Old Palpatine, baby. I lost my train of thought. I mean, it's just I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Oh man. Okay, I suffered enough with Trek. All right, let's speed up all the way down. We got some super chats. That's always really appreciated. 35 live in the chat. Here we go. Mike Nemo for $10. Didn't watch the episode, but sounds to me like what for years was the origin of Wonder Woman. She's created by two women. Hippolyta formed her from clay, and Aphrodite breathed life into her. Similar? It is. And thank you for the super chat. First of all, they're witches, and it's not really defined how what their covenant is. Again, it's because it's very lazy Star Wars storytelling. All we know is one did the Force creation, okay, the Mother Superior, and then one carried the two kids to term. So I don't know if she did like her dyad and into her ladies ovaries, and boom, got your twins. Other than that, they don't really go into a lot of detail. All we do know is that they're not really good parents. The one says you got to do discipline. It's like, no, we have to, they're young, they're kids. And then and then the very next scene is they're not listening to Mother Superior, who just said, oh, they're young kids, let them be, let them have space cream, not ice cream, let them have space cream. And then the very next scene, they're being brats. So what does she do? You better be quiet or else they might attack you. And she knocks the kids down with the Force. She Force knocked those kids down. You better listen to mama. You better listen to mama. Mama don't play. That's your enlightened Mother Superior there. Michael Newman, another $5. If you stop watching, you might not get on other YouTube shows. Michael, I really appreciate all this money from you tonight. It really goes a long way. But, I'm really not a regular on any panels. I haven't been for a long time. And, if someone asks me to come on, oh, what's the assignment? You got to watch Acolyte. I got to think about it. I'm just saying. But hey, thank you so much for all those super chats. Let's give you another fun video, and we'll be right back. Let's do an OG one. Where's my OG? Paula's YouTube drifter pulled her thread. Hey, babe, I'm about to electrify those ovaries. I mean, come on, baby, light my ovaries. Try to set the nut on fire. And there's people pissed on Twitter. Did you see Lily 300 Mirrors right now? We should go on Twitter and just kind of just like, comment on this people going on from Nerderotic to all these people are going off, man. They hate it. They hate it. Julissa, LOL. That's like a lot of parenting done nowadays. Oh, okay. So do it for one scene. Let it have a point. Here's the thing. In every scene, they're acting like brats. It's completely distracting and it's lame. We see, this is what I mean by give and not earn. Okay, we get it. We get it. You're teenagers. But then their language, sometimes they sound like children, but then they're self-aware, like they're like they're, like older teenagers. Julissa, it's a big mess. But hey, you're the mom, you know. And congratulations. I think one of your children just graduated, I believe. So and I believe, I'm sure that you are a fantastic mother. Maybe they should have hired you for that job. Salt and pepper mamas. Oh my God. I would ask questions because the look like they're. I would ask questions because the look nothing like they're. Oh, oh God. So one of the moms, that's another thing that was brought up is if the mom that carried them to term, who's an alien, right? She is part of the same race as Darth Maul with the horns. How come the kids don't look like her? So what is that now? Is that new saying mama's baby, mama's maybe? Aphrodite was not using the Force. There you go. Big difference there. I don't get it. YouTubers will hate watch and do episode by episode breakdowns of this garbage, but not even do a single video on something good like Andor. Don't become a click whore, please. Rooftop, come on. Okay, listen. Rooftop has been with you've been around the slant for a long time, but for all you new people, you all know day in, day out, the slant covers things that y'all have not even heard of. And why do we do it? Not for the clicks, let me tell you that. Not for the clicks. But we still bring it to you. Everything from Latin American cinema, US independent cinema, Indian cinema. So come on, Rooftop. If listen, let me just say this because I'm a little passionate about this. And me and Fletcher, Mexican Iron Man, we talk about this in our production meetings. I could have sold out a long time ago. I could have just been, you have no idea the type of channel the slant could have become. So we keep to our guns and we deliver a lot more and actually have really diverse opinions and great discussion. So that's not going to happen, Rooftop. Baza the Great. I stopped watching after episode 1. I think you have suffered enough by watching through. What's the poll now? What's the 64% saying yes? Oh my God. Oh, and you know what? Pacheco, this is where I actually disagree with Fernie. I actually really love the last couple episodes of Andor, and I did a episode by episode review. You know that, brother. Yeah. Still trying to get him to sell out. Yo, gotta make rent. Start that click hating. Oh, dirty dog. You're a dirty dog. I voted yes because, well, it's you, not me, Paulie. Good day, everyone. What's up, Cavateño? Good day. Mike loves cats. Furiosa is way better than this Acolyte dribble. I mean, I'm not a Furiosa fan. I'm a Fury Road fan. That being said, Furiosa was way better. It's pretty bad, guys. Here's the thing, Carlos, we gotta figure something out. I'm 9 years sober, almost 9 years sober, Lord willing. I don't want to start drinking because of this TV show, dude. That will not be good. And when I say drinking tequila, that is the worst thing for me as a recovering alcoholic, because that was my jam. Tequila Reposado was my middle name. Michael Nemo comes in with another $5. Dude, just say you watch the episodes and make terrible shit when asked. Oh, I love it. I love it, guys. Oh, you know what? I don't have a hat on. Let's get a hat on. That's funny, Michael. Very funny. All right, you know what? That gets a Mexican midget for you. That's pretty funny stats. Oh, how about you know what? That gets you the Nunchuck Cholo. Here you go. That right there was better than the Acolyte. That homeboy, Michael, that homeboy brought it. Heart and soul. One more time. What are the chances that the end of episode 8 is revealed that one of the sisters takes the surname Windu? Oh, God. Oh, my God. You know, the question going into this episode was like, can it be as bad as what Alan Gore, the one person, Alan Ning and Chris Gore said it could have been? We're like, no, it can't be that bad. It can't be that bad. It was that bad. It was that bad. Chris Gore is right. I still haven't watched Star Wars Acolyte, seen the spoiler already. As a Hispanic American fan of the prequels and originals, I will see Anakin Skywalker as the chosen one. Yeah, brother. But you know, they've already failed. They've already failed because in these 3 episodes, with the way these characters are written, the two twins, I don't like them. There's a couple of scenes where Amandla, the actress that had with Soul, that were decent, but everything, you know, it's like again, there's no mystery, there's no charm, there's no character buildup to me, compared to that of Anakin and Luke. So, Alan Gore, use the thread. They use the thread. Dragon Movie Guys here. He says, yes, make up random stupid facts about Star Wars for the Acolyte. Did you know there were space whales that travel at the lightest speed? Okay, hear me out. All right. Who is the Acolyte? It's a lesbian space whale that birthed out not only the twins, but Pelagus. And Pelagus is really Pelagus the porpoise. Pelagus is underwater for 100 years. And then he's underwater for 100 years and he's swimming through one of the last known rivers in Tatooine. And who is bathing in the river where Pelagus the porpoise is at? Oh, Shimmy Skywalker. Oh, shimmy shimmy. Shimmy shimmy. Shimmy Skywalker is bathing naked, all naked, bathing in the said Tatooine River, and Pelagus the porpoise, who was born out of a lesbian space whale, comes up. Oh, and now it here. We've been waiting 100 years. We've waited 100 years, and here's shimmy shimmy, shimmy shimmy, cocoa pop, shimmy shimmy, wop. Boom! Space Force impregnation. Shimmy Skywalker, Anakin Skywalker, is now the distant grandson of the twins. And thank you. There you go. There you go. And she's stuck in the closet as a moisture farmer. There you go. Just did it. There you did it. Boom. Boom. Sperm whale. I mean, I just so Anakin wasn't it's not I guess he's not special. Wasn't a special birth. What's up, Brent? Haven't seen you here. It's like Star Wars Theory said tonight. It's literally a self-therapy session for Leslie Head. It totally is. It totally is. I found out more how Leslie Headland is a parent than I found out anything about what she thinks about parenthood, what she thinks about of family and of helping others than anything that has to do with Star Wars. And you know what? I don't like it. I don't like it. Blue-haired space whales from Alabama making tortillas tonight and starting a pot of pozole. Ooh, lucky to work with great Mexican cooks. She says she will never watch Acolyte. Don't let your Mexican lady watch Acolyte, man. See, I'm lucky with that. Romy will never watch this stuff. No. We'll watch people killing each other, but not this stuff. Paulie, if it keeps you off the booze, just know I'm going to watch episode 3 later tonight, but it'll be my last. There you go. Yes. Her and her wife, they have a daughter. The daughter was born a couple of years ago. And listen, I don't want to get personal. I don't want to go there, but I had read the Rolling Stone article that Fletcher had sent me, and I was very excited because I wanted to use it in the live stream yesterday. I read it, and it was just about her and her wife going to get tattoos, talking, about parenthood, a little bit about Star Wars, and it was lame. It was lame. Hola. Okay, guys. It's painful. Jesus. Come on. How about some more no's, please? Right now we're at 59%. Keep watching. 37 votes. Oh, that's not even funny, guys. You guys are not right. You just ain't right. Okay. You know what? Let's show you guys something very special. Okay. We can't end it like this. We cannot end it like this. All right. We are going to from what I gathered, we just did a redesign of our website and it is beautiful. Okay, and Rooftop Korean, I want you to go now to our beautiful new website, redesign, and you sign up to our newsletter because this is the wonderful kind of stuff that I'm talking about that we're doing. We got movie articles on shorts, features from movies you've heard of to film festivals, coverage. I mean, this site is gorgeous. I could not be happier. My mouth dropped when I saw this. So our basic sections are movie and TV reviews, culture, cultura. So you have documentaries, that kind of stuff, culture stuff, music. Look at all this. This is there's about 4 of us that work on this as far as writers and news items. I'm so proud of this page, man. So here's what I would love for you guys to do. Do me a huge favor because we're really putting a lot behind this because we don't just want to be a YouTube channel. And you guys know me by now. We're not clickbait here. Click, however you pronounce it. but we actually are having awesome editorial content on here. Here's how you can be part of that. It's free. Get to the site, scroll all the way down, subscribe. Boom, right there. You can become a part of that. I write and send you a free newsletter every week. We've already done 12. We've done 12 newsletters. I want to thank Pablo Geek Tropology for designing this. He designed it. We paid him, paid some good money, as deserved. He did a wonderful job. Got links to our merch. You got all our social media, all that good stuff. And he killed it, man. He absolutely killed it. So this is the next phase of what we're doing with the Latino Slam. Awesome. The poll is invalid due to lack of support, right? What do you mean? Did Paulie just love this channel? I'm so confused. What'd I do? You're bigoted for not loving other white dude, are you done? Can I send you a link? Can you come on for a minute? I'd love to hear you. I'd love to hear if you're let me send you this, bro. That would be a blast. Let me see. I'll give you the mic. Where are you on X-Wing? Trying to find you on. There you go. There you are. Next. So all right, here we go. If you got a minute, come on in, please. That'd be fun. But while he's doing that, let's go to Twitter. Let's see what people are saying. Nerd cookies. Wow, the writing in The Acolyte is atrocious. This is the worst Disney Star Wars show by far, and the bar was already subterranean. Subterranean. Good Lord. It's nerd cookies, guys. We'll get her on here soon. And we're live. Yes, we're live. Thank you. Doomcock. I feel sick to my stomach that I'm going to watch Acolyte in a few minutes. F me. I need to drink some scotch. It's time to watch Star Wars get sodomized again by stunning brave, worthless pieces of shite. Wow, that's before he saw it. That's before he saw it, guys. 3 minutes ago, the Jedis are the good guys. The end. Yes.
I am a Jedi. I am a Jedi. Like my father before
Hell yeah.
me.
Hell yeah.
I am a Jedi. Like my father before me. I am a Jedi. Like my father before me.
Can't better stop playing that. X-Wing, I sent you a link. Come on in. Verbal Riot, see a Star Wars? We had a good run. The Acolyte, wow. And then Nerdrotic got epic on his. This is Disney Star Wars. The power of many, the power of one, the power of two. It was like a song, guys. It was this bizarre song. What is going on? Mark with a C. Oh my God. This is what y'all are bending over and spreading your cheeks for. Stop watching this shite. You got a point, man. You got a point. Lily, 300 mirrors herself. Our girl, the shills and bots are out in full force. Really? If he, excuse me. if you're shilling for the show, listen, if you enjoyed the show, oh, you have no time, but I absolutely make it some for Paul. Wait. Okay, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You know what? We'll properly set something up. Dude, I get it. Busy. I get it. It's called life. Listen, I don't wanna rain on your parade, anyone's parade, if you're enjoying this. But if you're shilling for this, I just don't see how this would compel anyone to be like, no, guys, you don't understand. You don't understand. This is the greatest thing ever conceived. Let me tell you why. A, B, C, D. Like, I don't see that. I don't see that. Yeah, it was cringe. It was a little creepy. And I think that was intentional, guys. I think that was intentional. Fernando, and he's here with us. Wow, Disney just ruined a beautiful work of George Lucas Star Wars. Shaking my effing head. Go watch Bad Boys Ride or Die instead. Great storytelling, great action. Yeah, man. Love that movie, brother. What else do I got? Grace Randolph. What's his what? Okay, all right. What okay. Here we go. I will say that I think it's going to be very hard for Disney to cast upcoming Star Wars projects because this level of hate isn't just worth it, even for up and coming actors like poor Lee Jung Jae coming off of Squid Game, doing a great job on the Acolyte. For what? Why did I just read that? Why did I just read that? Listen, Grace. Oh hell. Oh hell. You got anything to say about Grace Randolph? The man's here. What's up, brother? How you been, man?
What's up, Paulie, dude? It's been way too long, man.
I was looking at her at the DM. It's like, thanks for coming on. You're like, gracias, amigo. That was a year ago. I'm like, oops.
That was a year ago?
It says the timestamp.
Oh my god, yeah. Thanks for having me on April 10th,
Dude.
2023.
Yeah, that's
Wow,
crazy,
how
man.
fast time flies, huh?
What was it a year ago? What was Star Wars a year ago? Was it Mando or
We were probably talking Mando, or it's been 2 years since Kenobi now, so it was probably Mando season 3
wow.
that we were talking about, yeah.
Okay, let's we're gonna blow you up a little bit. And I'd love your thoughts on let me take Grace off. I'd love your thoughts on the Acolyte, bro. On what you saw tonight.
I just, I think a lot of people really want me to be like mad and infuriated and just lit up and pissed off about what's going on. But I mean, this is what we've been talking about, dude. This is what we've been talking about for years. And when I mean years, we're going all the way back to like 2018 and Dave Filoni talking at the women's conference and how he feels about Star Wars and the way things should be. This has been a plan long in the making. I did a live stream earlier today and I said, this is nothing but another step in the progression of the replacement of the Star Wars fan base. They're throwing money at Star Wars to try to bring in a fan base that is simply just not. It's not. What's the word I'm looking for? It's not appearing. It's not there. It hasn't been there.
And it's not sustainable either. Like
No,
they might show up. They might show up, but it's like, they're definitely not buying merch. They're not coming back to the films. They're not coming back to the, you don't see them carrying around their DVDs of fucking the Lizzo episode,
well, it's just I always come back to that. And a lot of people look at it the wrong way, but when Dave Filoni was at it was some form of a women's expo. Unfortunately, I don't actually remember what the name of it was, but he said the number one rule of storytelling is listen to other people. And in my mind, I go, that's not the number one rule of storytelling. The number one rule of storytelling is know your audience. And so I think it's so funny that now we're,
Mhm.
6 years into it and we're actually seeing this thing kind of, come to fruition. The fan base that they want to cultivate is painfully apparent, right? Because they get, they can get money and funding for different things if they do certain stuff as a studio. So it's a big disconnect between the people they should be reaching and the people they're trying to reach, and what you're viewing is the fruit of those labors. It's
Would
not for me.
yeah. I guess it's not meant for me either. But that being said, we actually have some gay people in the chat, if you can believe that.
Oh wow, you special little flowers. You know what I mean? That's the place I've gotten to. Like when it comes to the whole LGBTQ 4K HD TV, everything that's going on right now. If you're a good person, I don't care what you do. I literally don't care. If you're a good person on this earth, that's totally fine. Most of those people don't want to be catered to. They just want to
Well,
have a normal life and to
that's
just enjoy
exactly
stuff.
what they're that's exactly what they're when we were here, been here for a minute on this live stream, and that's exactly what Mike Nemo said. He said himself, it's like, hey, and I'm a gay Latino man. I'm like, God bless you, right? But they're using us against ourselves, right? They're using us as people of color. It's all a fucking diversity shield. They don't give a shit about us. And then if you disagree with them, you're out.
Well, and that's the
You,
thing,
you know,
imagine having the forever shield. You can do whatever you want because so long as
mm,
you put someone in a position of power or a front facing position in any kind of project, if
mm,
anyone puts that project down for any reason, there's only one reason why they would hate it. There's only one reason why they would hate it.
mm.
It's depressing.
Yeah, man.
I really think the biggest tragedy out of everything is that we're seeing fans who could be great nerds allowing this stuff to happen. They're allowing it and praising it in the name of DEI, in the name of ESG, in the name of opportunities for people, when to be
Mm,
perfectly honest, what's actually happening is you're shooting them down. You're taking people who are not good for the roles, putting them in situations who are, very front facing to the public, and they're being shot up online. They're being shot up in, comment sections and all that different stuff. Not because they're bad people, not
mhm,
because of anything else, but they're force fed this stuff from the higher up. So when they go on the press junket, they say this stuff and then they go on the show. Maybe they don't have the best performance ever and people rip them apart. And then what happens is they go into hiding, and then the press junket says the entire world feels this way about you, and you're a bad person because the color of your skin, your sexuality, whatever the case may be. So it's a horrible cycle. It's a horrible cycle.
Well, this is now the playbook, the boilerplate for Disney
Yep.
with every show. It's never about the merits of the show.
No.
I don't know what
Never
the
have.
hell. I still don't know I mean, I know what the Acolyte is about, but I mean, there's just absolutely no joy in watching this, bro.
That was never really the point, though, was it, for the
Mm,
Acolyte? I think, again, like I said, I said this on a live stream. I think I was with WDW Pro tonight, earlier today. They
nice.
started they started with Riot Shield. That didn't work. They moved to Mace. When Mace didn't work, they moved to tasers. When tasers didn't work, they moved to bean bags, and then they moved now to where we are. Essentially, they're just really trying to push. They're trying to riot control and push out the original Star Wars fan base so that there's room for these people to come in, but it's just not working. They're not filling the spaces. They're not buying the merch. Riva's lightsaber didn't get funded at Hasbro. That should be a gimme. That should be a
Wow.
gimme right off the bat.
Wow.
You've got a new character with an awesome lightsaber. That should be an immediate fund. That didn't happen. And then immediately right after that, there
Hmm.
was a Rancor that should have gotten funded, a Hasbro Rancor that should have gotten funded. But people were just so sick of it, they didn't fund it. That was 2 Star Wars HasLab projects that didn't get funded in a row because we're just tired. We're tired. Can we focus on story?
I mean, and you would be first in line to buy those, but you're like not interested. No
I
thanks.
was first in line to buy those.
Yeah. I mean, even on that tip, I
Well,
just
that's not true. I did not want to buy a Reba Saber.
correct. No, I know, but I know what you're saying in principle. So, was it the Baby Yoda was like the last normie phenomenon, right? That's like the only one in Disney Star Wars.
I think so.
Or
I think that was in Finding Nemo, there's the drop off. Like, don't let your kids go to the drop off. The end of season 2, chapter 16, when Luke comes back, that was pretty much the drop off. That's kind of where the goodwill really left. And I was so excited tonight to see what they could have done that could have extinguished the last goodwill of the fan. Like, what could they do that would piss people off to that point? And the bottom line is, for the majority of the people that I know that I've spoken to after we saw the episode, it was met with apathy. And that's how you know that a franchise is dead. It was apathy more than anything else, which is just depressing.
Yeah, it's just depressing. And when I started the stream, I said that it reminded me of these old acting exercises we used to do in college. One was a trust exercise where you would stand up on a chair and the class would be behind you, right?
Yeah,
With their
trust
hands
fall.
up, right? And then okay, just go ahead and fall backwards, Paulie. They got you. They got you. And they didn't. And that's what happened. No, I'm saying like tonight. Not in class.
Okay.
No, not
I
in
was gonna
class.
say, damn, did you get a concussion? Like, what happened?
We got a concussion tonight. But listen, the man who kind of he warned us, he's in the chat.
Chris Gore. I mean, a hero of my childhood, legitimately. I mean, but dude.
That's the way we were on a stream with him a year ago. Remember?
Was that it?
Yeah, and we're talking about Olivia Munn.
I got to say like 2 or 3 things to him, and I was happier than I've ever been. And
something. Anyways, may the thread be with you always. Tampons.
That's been my running joke. Acolyte, sponsored by Copex or whatever the tampon brand is. It's just you have to ask yourself, what was the point of tonight's episode? Truly, because they knew what they were doing. They knew that it was going to upset fan base. They knew that this was going to change the way that people viewed the Force.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, and I think this will piss a lot of people off, I don't blame Leslie Headland for anything she just did. I don't.
Who do you blame?
This is going to sound boilerplate at first, but honestly, Kathleen Kennedy, because it's recorded that Leslie Headland came to Lucasfilm with a show, and Kathleen said, junk all of it, give us a Leslie Headland show. And so under her direction, she made a Leslie Headland show. I can't hate her for that. Why would you hate her for that? She did exactly what she was told to do to make this show. So again, this is one of those things when it comes to Lucasfilm, when it comes to the studio, when it comes to everything, that the problem sometimes falls upon the director. The director has a lot of direction what they do with the project. What they don't have direction on is the formation of the project. So, to me, this was a green light at almost $200 million for a Star Wars show that nobody wanted. Other than the 6 or 7 people that are buying the High Republic books. That's what this was.
It's that bad, huh?
Wow. It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Matt Cave Gaming's here. I'm enjoying the show, but it should have been a movie. It's not working episodically. Felt the same about Kenobi and Book of Boba Fett.
That's my boy, Matt Cave. He's always going to look for the positive and everything. He's just that dude. He's just a good dude. But it's just not good.
Matt, I agree, but why do we keep saying stuff like this?
It's excuses to try to continue to love the franchise.
It's not complicated. Also, I just saw Bad Boys, the new one, in the theater. It was fucking amazing.
My buddy said he loved it.
Loved it.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's not complicated. They're good guys. There's bad guys. You know, you got to pick each other up. You got to look out for your family. You got to protect. You know, da, 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 da.
They even put it in the trailer. They peppered in some race stuff. They were like, "Hey, where'd you get them clothes?" And he was like, "No, these are my clothes." And there was like a Reba McEntire
It
shirt.
was
I
funny.
was dying laughing when
But
I
the
watched
whole
the
scene
trailer.
is even funnier, which is great.
Yeah, like that's fun. Like let's have fun with this. You know.
Well, see, Matt, what I'm telling you is that there is not a shortage of talent that can make it's unexcusable. There's very competent screenwriters that would have loved to made this into maybe not this, but a Star Wars film, a competent, entertaining Star Wars film. There's no excuse nowadays.
I'm
It's
falling back on Andor now.
You liking it less or liking it more?
More, a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
more. I'm falling back on Andor now. Going, we didn't know how good we had it.
No, that's all we got right now.
That was, and you know, that's another
Tony Gilroy,
project.
right?
Yeah, it was
Mhm.
Gilroy. It's another project where, you know, I think a lot of people, they didn't want to get into it because of the situation around Disney. You know, they view they view that the same as the way they view the Acolyte going into the Acolyte. It's like, this is going to be trash. It's going to be awful. I watched the show. There was great writing. The dialogue. You want to talk about dialogue? The
Bruh.
Acolyte is
Wow.
painful. It is painful to listen to the dialogue in Acolyte. If you go back and you listen to Skarsgård do his monologue when he's standing in the elevator,
Dude, that's probably one of the greatest Star Wars monologues ever.
it's top 3 for sure.
It's top. Yeah, okay. You're doing top 5. It's top 5.
I mean,
But
it's,
you know, you got a guy that understood the assignment, whether he was a Star
Yeah.
Wars fan or not.
he wasn't a Star Wars fan,
Clearly, he's a talented, creative,
right?
you know, person
Yeah.
who understood the damn assignment, and he
And
knocked it out. A little slow at the beginning, but boy, what a payoff!
But that's what really bums me out, is that when you have
Mhm.
these people who are saying, you know, like Leslie Headland said, I want to bring in someone who knows nothing about Star Wars because it's refreshing, right? They can bring an angle to Star Wars that, you know, other people won't expect, but they're not talented. Whereas you have somebody like Tony Gilroy who comes in and doesn't like Star Wars, legitimately, like, doesn't give a crap about Star Wars, but they're talented. And that transforms onto the screen as a good project. Even if they don't care about Star Wars, it comes across well because they're talented.
Mhm.
So I think talent is the issue here.
Well, and a real vision for whatever TV show or movie that you're going to push through. Gilroy and Diego had a great vision. They have a great vision for Andor.
Yeah.
God bless them, man, because I this is, you know, this crap is making Andor look like freaking Empire Strikes Back. You know,
It is, but I mean, you're talking about a bar that's so low. You know what I mean?
subterranean.
But I don't
Nerd,
think
Nerd Cookies calls the bar subterranean, bro.
it is at this point to me. But again, there's a reason for it.
Yeah. Your boy was right. What was your boy right about? Excellent.
So the running joke is that Jay is never around on streams, and if he is on the stream, he doesn't say anything. So everybody just says Jay is right because he
Gotcha.
doesn't say anything.
It goes to show you that I have not been around lately.
Yeah.
How you doing, Drunk 3PO? Drunk 3PO, wherever you're at, God bless you, brother. God bless you.
I think he's doing TMNE right now.
Oh, okay. Good evening, Paul. The last Star Wars I've seen was episode 3 of Boba Fett. I'm done. Yeah, it was pretty silly, man.
Boba Fett was another one that bummed me out.
That was a bummer. Had a lot of great elements, a lot of great looks.
God, I can't tell you like the praises I was singing for Bobby Rod before that show came out, because we were getting that pre-roll stuff where it was like Bobby Rod was in his backyard with this kid shooting stuff with action figures, and I'm like, this is my guy. This is the dude. Yeah, this is the guy that I need to
save
do Star Wars.
Wars.
Yep, this is it. I'm so excited. And then it came out, and it was like, you have to wonder, you know, studio interference is always the thing that you can never calculate. It's incalculable. There's no way to calculate how much the interference from the studio fudges up a project. But just from everything I saw with Bobby Rod up until the actual release of Boba Fett, I'm like, there's not a bat's chance in hell that Robbie actually put that show out, and he was
It
okay
was
with
like
it.
it was like his son did it.
No, it was like his daughter did it.
Well, they're in the business now. One of them did it. It wasn't Rodriguez, but yeah, that episode of a Mandalorian that he came and supposedly saved for Favreau.
Dude,
I was like, that kicks ass, and it was
we saw Boba Fett become the man he should be after Empire Strikes Back, or after Return. Either, I mean, call it whatever you want it. I mean, he should be that dude. He's got to be that guy. He's got to have the fedora tilted, walking in with 6 shooters and owning every situation. I mean, the man who was not afraid to die died, and then crawled out of the Sarlacc pit. He should be dirty, bro. He should be filthy. You know what I mean? And I like the idea of him going and doing stuff for good. But let's maintain that badassery and have that badassery turn to him doing good. Don't cuck him.
Yeah. I mean, like the El Mariachi guy. He did a lot of bad shit, but he liked the little kid. He liked Salma Hayek. But he still became a bad dude.
Yeah.
But that you got to do. You're going up against bad guys. Anyways, I'm with you, man. Let me see. Got one more. Great chat, guys. Get a little controversial here. The Dork Knight is here. People, am I the only one that saw this episode as an allegory for transgender children, and why it's not necessarily a good thing to let children make life-altering decisions while they are children? This is my thing here. And this is not Star Wars, because we're getting into like social issues here. Is that Leslie didn't really paint a great picture of two moms. They were kind of shitty parents, and they were kind of stupid, and then they were mean, and then she forced through her kids onto the ground. What do you think of that? What do you think of that?
This is a really, really interesting comment, and not something I would have I couldn't have pulled that out of my brain from watching this. So you're clearly somebody who watches something with a lot of intent. To me, that would be the opposite of what they were trying to accomplish. But I can absolutely see why you would say that, because in kind of slapping their own hand, they went, she's not an adult. She can't make that decision. You know what I mean? So
correct.
It was kind of if she was going for it, it was a fail in one direction.
Yeah, or maybe if she's that that good of a writer, then say we'll have the parents. One is more the disciplinarian, old school. One is the more
Yeah, and I can see that. I can see that.
But again, you know what? I didn't give a shit. It was all bad.
Yeah, to be fair, Dark Knight, I didn't read into it that hard, because most of the time, true Star Wars fans who have been through the books, fans who have loved the franchise for, depends on how old you are. I'm 30. I'm going to be 33 in a month. It's been 33 years for me that I've been a fan of, of Star Wars.
Yep.
We tend to write better stories in our mind than they do at Lucasfilm since the purchase.
Well, I think also too, and we've talked about this before, and I'm 53, right? I know I look marvelous.
You look like 26, 27 years old.
Look marvelous.
24.
Since I was 7, bro. I've been in it.
Yeah.
I remember all that shit. I remember everything. And our imaginations when those first 3 movies, or we would hear rumors like, oh, they threw Darth Vader in a lava pit, man. Yeah, what? That's crazy. And that fed in our heads for decades. For decades.
Yep.
You can't.
And then something comes out and they're like, well, Vader came out of the lava pit because his armor let him move through it, but you know,
Right, right.
it was all robots and stuff because he came out with his limbs, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
they stoked the fires of imagination.
Mm-hmm. It was a great time, man. It was a good, you know what? It was a great ride. And it's why I cover it on this channel. It's dear to my heart. A lot of these old ones, you know, Mad Max. I remember seeing Mad Max as a
Yeah.
kid with my dad. My dad's nuts, man. He took his 11-year-old kid to see Road Warrior. And I was like, oh my God, I love this movie.
Yeah, it's wild, like wild. And that's what they used to do.
Mhm.
They took you somewhere insane. They took you somewhere incredible. And when you left, you're like, man, could you
Mhm.
imagine?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, is that we have imaginations. And I don't know. I imagine that, did imagination get the pink slip at Lucasfilm?
Well, it's not just Lucasfilm. I mean, remember too, this is going on in gaming as well.
So I heard. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is going on in gaming. It's going on in cinema.
Lost my light.
There are
Give me a second.
there are no original ideas anymore, and it's really heartbreaking. Everything is either a rehash, a retelling, a remake, or a remaster of something that we loved when we were kids, which is just wild to me because, you know, when I think back to the George Lucas era, is what I call it, when I was a kid, you know, when I think about that kind of late 80s, early 90s shift into the early 2000s, it was like new movies, new crazy movies were coming out at breakneck pace consistently. There were kids coming out of film school who all had ideas of stories that they wanted to tell. And they were all, I mean, we were spoiled like crazy. They were all telling stories. They all had ideas. And now we're at the point where we don't have ideas. What we should do is try to harness the nostalgia of the creators who actually made stuff and then adapt it for a modern audience. And it just doesn't, it's not working. It's just not working. It's like a friend of a friend trying to make your mom's dish that you grew up with.
Uh-huh.
It just doesn't work. Like, you know, my mom, we're Polish, a lot of different things, but if somebody tries to make sauerkraut noodles with brown gravy and like pork belly for me, and it's a friend of a friend that makes it, I can be like, well, I mean, it has the ingredients in it, but it doesn't taste like mom used to make it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to pay $75 for that dish. I'm just not going to. It looks like it. It kind of smells like it. Doesn't taste like it. I don't like it.
Yeah, I think that's where we're at right now. And there's really nothing to look forward to when it comes to Star Wars, brother.
Dude, it's done. It's
I mean,
cooked.
you know, every time I hear something where it could kind of sound positive, it's like you get the Acolyte, you get garbage.
we were we were headed towards a cul-de-sac, and I've seen it for a long time. There was an end to the railroad tracks. I knew it was coming. I was never the guy that made videos with all, you know, caps that said Star Wars is dead, this ruined Star Wars. You know, I didn't put the thumbnail with Kathleen Kennedy with red eyes and stuff like that. I didn't do any of that stuff because I always thought maybe there was a shot at redemption. Maybe we were going to get a chance to change. And I really thought Jon Favreau was going to be the guy to do it. But I think Jon Favreau kind of got the boot. They fired Gina Carano not because of anything with anti-Semitism or anything like that. It was definitely a pronoun thing because they had to keep their profile about how they wanted to be viewed as a company. She was gone. And then there was, you know, the final plan, Operation Cinder. Disney went full female as hard as they could go. And, you know, it's so funny. You see a lot of detractors say like, oh, you really think Star Wars is going all female? I mean, look at you had one male lead here and one male lead there. It's kind of bullshit. I mean, it's all female leads at this point. Like I said, they're trying to change the fan base of Star Wars, which is a task I don't envy at all, because you're looking at a 50-year franchise, and it's not working, and I'm not welcome there anymore. So I don't want to be there anymore. They won.
Well, if you guys weren't more depressed,
I'm sorry, man.
man, no, it's listen, the chat is lit up. You got here, and it's good, man. It's good. You listen, everyone, we're all going through this communal thing together. Let's end the poll. Oh my God, I'm gonna end it right now. 51% of you guys said, hell no, I don't need to watch this show anymore. Guess what? I'm not gonna watch this show anymore. That's it.
I think I'm done too. I don't think I want to do any more watch parties.
You know what? I'll listen to Chris or whoever, whatever. But I'm like, ¿por qué?
¿Por qué?
¿Por qué?
No
and I know
necesito.
exactly what you mean about it's like eating shitty Mexican food where you're like, man, I can just go to my aunt's house.
Yeah. What are you talking? This ain't. Fuck. What is this,
real,
dude?
man? Here it is. Final poll results.
This ain't pastor. I've had pastor. This ain't pastor, man.
Dude, look at that. The poll is rigged. You shut up, Fletcher. My own producer is trying to say. Does X-Wing have a channel? Yes, he's got a huge channel. Fletcher, can you get that link, please? That 70s rock fan is here. What's up, brother? ¿Cómo estás? Good to see you. We got some all-stars in the chat. One of my favorite members of the channel, Julissa. What's up, beautiful? One of my newest members, Terry. What's up, Terry? And Zach's, he's got a great channel as well. There it is. There it is, guys. When are you usually live, or is it like during a Star Wars show? Is it kind of a free for all?
I'm the worst YouTuber on the internet. I have no schedule. We were on. So I do a show with. Do you know who Dan Vasc is?
Dan. Yeah.
You ever heard of him? He's the Brazilian guy that does the rock covers. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I do a show with Dan Vasc and then Fear the Beardo on Wednesdays called Bro Science.
Okay, that's fun.
That's my only regular thing I do on Wednesdays. Other than that, I mean, I've had a lot of people recommend some games I should be playing. And so, instead of waiting for something to happen in Star Wars, I'm trying to be proactive, play some games on my channel, have some fun. I've been 3D printing stuff and making, lightsabers and things like that. But I'm tired, Paulie.
Yep.
I'm tired. I just want to be excited about something. And the last thing I was excited about was Dune. And I haven't made a single video on it.
Really? Interesting.
I haven't made a single video on it. And I should, because Dune had the same. This is crazy. Dune had the same budget as the Acolyte.
Oh.
Dune 2 had the same budget as the Acolyte. Isn't that wild?
Bro, the sets on the Acolyte look like shite.
Well, compared. Yeah. Absolutely.
But for 188 million?
Dude, I mean, we had gigantic sandworms taking over a perfectly rendered starship for $190 million. This is what we're getting from the Acolyte. Like, somebody's pockets got lined.
Yeah. Big time. Well, you guys voted, and so I don't know how to watch anymore. As Frankie Guerra says, time to stop hate watching shitty shows, even if you plan grifting off of it. No mas. Yeah, I'm not even really good at the grifting thing, man. Because I'm
not either. I'm a terrible grifter.
That means it's like, you have to be doing this every day and doing the red eyes, like you said, and then pay me money so I can hate shit. That's not what I'm.
Respect the grifters, because that's a grind. If you grift, that is a grind.
I mean, I think if you're in the game for a while like that, there's something else that people like about you than just, it's how you're approaching, something, I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
I think it was gosh, who said it? I can't remember it. They said today's currency is authenticity.
Robert Meyer Burnett. Yep.
It was RBM. Okay, all
Mhm.
right. So RMB. Yeah. I just saw a video from RMB the other day that said, I mean, he was live for God knows how long, but I hang on those dudes' words because he's the most authentic dude I think you can find on YouTube. I adore that man. But I mean, he really did. He went into what is missing from Star Wars, and he was completely right. I see it a little different in some ways. I like to hear the knight's stories. It doesn't have to always be the hero's journey with the farm boy. Sometimes I like a war story. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It doesn't have to be the hero's journey. Sometimes I like a war story. I would love to see. I've said this for years. Give me a 501st Journal show where you get a clone who fights through the Clone Wars, and then it's the dichotomy between the clones when they finally turn. They get the order and they have to start killing Jedi. Great idea for a show, right? That could be awesome. There's so much shit they could do.
I bet you I would have loved to have read Leslie Headland's original treatment.
That is my most coveted possession right now. I want to see Leslie Headland. I bet it's probably not great. To be fair,
to be fair though, it's probably better than this shit. Because even in this, the interesting part is, Jedi's, solving crimes around the galaxy. That would have been dope.
Yeah,
that would have been dope.
Could have been cool, but they just made him. They literally made the message that like Jedi are just like shitty colonizers.
I just got them as that they're the man. They're cops.
Yeah,
all Jedis are bad.
100%. Yeah, a jab.
Hey jab. We were doing that last week. Hey jab. Hashtag.
Yeah, 100%. So, I don't know.
It's just like, all right, guys. You guys have been wonderful. Make sure you're all subscribed to both our channels, and thank you guys. My producer Fletcher says, I can attest, Paulie is a terrible grifter. I'm trying to work on him. Please pray.
We'll get him there. I'll send you a PNG of some laser eyes so he can stick those on his next thumbnail. There you go.
All right, guys, we're gonna leave you. Thank you guys for the super chats. Thank you to all the new people that come on that hung on by, and thank you to X-Wing. And we don't want to depress you, but listen, Nerd Cookies put this up. It says it gets her every time. We're gonna put it up because it's gonna get all of us every time. Be well, everyone.
I can't. It's too big.
Size matters not. Look at me. Judge me by my size, do you? And where you should not. For my ally is the Force. And a powerful ally it is. Life creates it. Makes it grow.
I'm gonna cry.
Dude, it hits me every time.
Surrounds us. And binds us. Luminous beings are we, not this crude matter. You must feel the Force around you. Here, between you, me, the tree, the rock, everywhere. Yes, even between the land and the ship.
All right, everyone. Much love. Have a good night.